I mean, John's life really seems a lot better ever since he's gotten on the island. Well, except for no hair. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for Lost, this one's going to be doing my next review, this is for Season 2, Episode 3, titled Orientations. So another episode of Season 2, guys, of course, enjoying this show very, very much. Episode 3 was great. This episode focused on John Locke, as we are basically continuing the storyline in this big old frickin', bunker, right, with this guy named Desmond. And we actually learn a lot of really interesting information this episode. We get to see that this place is basically constructed under this kind of what feels like an illusion of this, basically this timer that he has to keep clicking on. Otherwise, if the timer gets to a certain number, something may occur.
It's counting down. What happens at 0?
And these numbers just keep going back the entire time, and they have to keep this thing going. And if you don't click this button in the matter of a few hours, something may occur, and it turns all red and stuff. So, I'll say this, I've never been so on edge by a bunch of numbers in all my life. I mean, honestly, because who knows, it could blow up the entire island, right? Like, it's a huge, huge reveal this episode that if they don't press this at a certain amount of hours, everybody has to, evacuate or something, you know what I mean? Like, this is a huge thing, so they're keeping somebody on watch on this thing, like, for good now, Desmond seems like he's trustworthy this episode, we kind of cool down with him finally, we kind of get to know him a little bit, so it was good to see that. But the episode primarily focused on John Locke, and he was also the flashbacks this episode, where we kind of see the continuation of his, kind of like his father, right? Of course, after he screwed him over in Season 1. And, you got John, he's, going to these meetings and stuff, he's kind of in therapy and stuff, he's kind of, speaking out and stuff, and you get this woman, Helen, who we've heard about multiple times in Season 1, and what he means to John, and in this episode, we actually see exactly how important she is to him, and we see the relationship between them, and it's actually really nice, but she kind of gives him an ultimatum this episode. She's like, look, you can stay in the past and try to get revenge on this guy, or you can keep me, or you can get revenge on this guy and you'll lose me, you know what I mean? So he kind of has that ultimatum, which is pretty cool. I thought that was really good. A really good backstory for John, and I, again, felt very, very bad for him. Pretty much all the way through. Now, we've also got Sawyer in this one. Sawyer, Michael, and... trying to think. Yeah, Sawyer, Michael, and Jin, and they are kind of like locked up in this, thing, right, by this group that they ran into last episode, and they keep them locked in underground, and Sawyer kind of rebels, tries to get out, and they actually fool them big time here, because you get a woman that shows up that actually is infiltrating them. She's acting like as if she's one of them to get information. They quote-unquote throw another woman in the cell with the other three, and her name is Ana Lucia. And Ana Lucia kind of acts all innocent at first, and she gets all the info she needs from them, and then she reveals herself to be one of them, and she was planted there to get information out of Sawyer and the others. So Ana Lucia was definitely kind of a force to be reckoned with in this episode, and there was definitely a lot to her. But I thought it was a really interesting way to introduce her character. A lot of questions. I got a lot of questions. But yeah, that's that. And then, of course, they're kind of just sitting there by the end of the episode. They're captured. You got these numbers that have to continue to be pressed, and a lot of really great backstory for John. So yeah, I thought this was a fantastic episode. I love this episode. I thought it was great. I thought there was a lot of really good acting, a lot of great action in it, and I thought overall it raises more questions while also just really fleshing things out for John. So I'm gonna give this one a perfect 10 out of 10. It's actually my favorite this season so far. This is a great episode, and I really enjoyed getting more story for John. So post comments down below if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this. Make sure to click the subscribe button to miss any other videos for Lost. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Lost. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.